Welcome to the Heart of Herbs Herbal School podcast, where we explore the fascinating world of herbal medicine and natural healing. I'm your host, Demetria Clark, and I'm thrilled to be your guide on this journey of discovery. At Heart of Herbs Herbal School, we're passionate about empowering individuals to harness the power of plants for health and wellness. Through our podcast, we'll dive into topics ranging from herbal materia medicas, clinical herbalism, sharing insights, interviews, tips, and wisdom to inspire and educate our listeners. Hi, this is Demetria Clark, the director of Heart of Herbs Herbal School, and today we're going to talk about something that's probably on everyone's mind right now, and that's the fires in California. And it feels like every year we have bigger and greater fires, hurricanes, floods, tornadoes. But we want to talk about fire exposure and things that an herbalist or you can do to help yourself and your family, and some herbs that may be helpful. So being near a wildfire can lead to fear, confusion, and a lot of psychological stress responses, such as anxiety and heightened vigilance. In addition, these emotional effects, like exposure to wildfire smoke, can cause a range of physical symptoms that can impact our body systems differently. This includes the nervous, respiratory, skin, and cardiovascular systems. The symptoms of wildfire smoke inhalation may include coughing. Coughing is a common reaction to irritants and smoke, helping to clear the airways. However, it can be persistent and uncomfortable. Headaches, air quality changes, and stress can trigger headaches or migraines in sensitive individuals. I know that I even get headaches from pollution when I visit the city, so a wildfire smoke, I know, would just set my head a-pounding. A few years ago, there were fires in Canada, and the smoke was drifting down to where we lived, and even though it wasn't really thick, I did notice a difference in my skin. My head was always clogged and hurting, and my mucus was way off. It can also cause dry skin, so smoke can dehydrate the skin, resulting in dryness, irritation, and flaking. People can also suffer from difficulty breathing. So smoke can irritate the respiratory tract, making breathing challenging for people, especially those with pre-existing conditions like asthma, emphysema, or COPD. You can also experience sinus irritation. Smoke particles inhaled can cause inflammation of the nasal passages and sinuses, which can lead to discomfort, pressure, or nasal congestion. You may experience larger than normal buildups of boogers, and they can be hard and black and gooey and just different from your usual boogers. You may be tempted to overclean your nose because you can't breathe and it's sore and it's inflamed. But doing so can also cause bloody noses and additional irritation. So just be gentle when you're digging. If you or someone you know has these symptoms during a wildfire event, it's crucial to limit exposure and for them to seek medical attention if the symptoms worsen or cause significant distress. How can we prepare? So you can prepare a go bag, and there's lots of different kinds of go bags out there. And if you live in an area that's vulnerable, actually, you know what? I think this is the problem. We always say, like, if you reside someplace that these things happen, get this. I think everyone should have a go bag. I think it's vital to have something that you can take that has copies of the things that are important that you need to take with you if for some reason you have to leave. I do not live in a quote wildfire area, but an hour and a half from here, there were wildfires last year or the year before. There was massive flooding in North Carolina. There's these fires in California. These were all places that have had events, but not events like this before. So I think it's probably a good idea for everyone to just plan for having some kind of go bag and not waiting for a 100-year event to strike them. You're going to want your bag to be stocked with essential items to ensure your safety and well-being in case of an evacuation. So lots of places have different lists and guidelines of recommended items. So I'm not going to bog this down by talking about all of that. I'll just mention if I have something in my go bag as we go along. Don't hesitate, though, to reach out to like the CDC or your fire station for insights and additional precautions tailored to your community. If you have a safe indoor space to seek refuge in during a fire event, that's something, maybe it's near you, but it's not, in your town or your neighborhood, make sure you seal off all your doors and windows. This can help lessen the smoke and ash from entering your home. You can roll towels under leaky doors and windows to keep the ash out. You may want to also dust a little bit more, vacuum a little bit more, wipe things down a little bit more. That can limit the amount of smoke and ash and particulate in your house. You're also going to want to limit the number of times you enter and exit your home. Now, of course, if you work or you have children, this can be hard. But if you can come in through a porch or a garage, that's wonderful. I know, obviously, though, lots of people don't have porches or garages that are sealed off and can kind of give them a safe way to get into their home, maybe where they can take off other clothing and get inside. You're going to want to also make sure that during this season where these things are happening, even if they're not starting where you live yet, is to prioritize your hydration. So the second you hear about a fire kicking off someplace, start hydrating. If it's near you or it's not near you, it's just a good habit to get into. Start this when the fires start around you, even if they're miles away. The smoke will affect you. Make a calculated effort to drink more fluids than you might typically. Opt for plenty of water, herbal teas, and nourishing soups that not only quench your thirst, but help to rehydrate your system. By emphasizing the importance of hydration and nutrition, you can feel more supported during these challenging times and maybe fill in some of the nutritional building blocks that you need to have to help foster a sense of comfort and well-being. Eat hydrating fruits and vegetables like cucumbers and lettuces and juicy melons. You're going to want to eat a rainbow variety of vegetables and probiotic-rich foods like kimchi, kefir, yogurt, sauerkraut, fermented pickles to help support your digestive health. Also, pay attention to your body's unique needs by adding a little salt to replenish your electrolytes if you feel like that's something that you need, or adding more healthy fats if you feel like you're deficient in that. Consider enriching your soups with moistening foods such as mushrooms and nutrient-dense seaweeds. Some herbs to help support fire response and recovery. So focus on herbs that specifically address what you're experiencing in the body. For instance, if you experience dry throat during this season, then have plenty of demulsants on hand. If fire season tends to cause you stress, stock up on nervines to support your nervous system. If you feel like you're dehydrated and you're more constipated, then, give yourself more liquids. Being proactive will help you feel empowered, and it'll help you in managing your health, and it'll give you a sense of control and confidence. The mint family is a diverse group of aromatic herbs that often find a great home in these kind of situations. Many species within this family are celebrated for their distinctive fragrances, but also their therapeutic properties, making them popular in both culinary and medicinal applications. These plants are often used to ease tension, promote relaxation, and open blocked nasal passages, and soothe inflamed respiratory conditions. So here's the great thing. Many grocery stores have a lot of these plants fresh in the produce section. And if you go to Asian or South American markets, they have even more. So you can find like fresh sage, rosemary, spearmint, peppermint, lemon balm, thyme. You can find all of these herbs. You can find lots of different ones in Asian and South American markets fresh also. So if you can get them fresh from the produce section, that's awesome, and just incorporate them into your life. So certain mint family herbs also work as expectorants, and they are helpful for expelling mucus and clearing your throat. So rosemary has a robust aroma, and it's not only great for culinary uses, but it aids in respiratory health by promoting mucus clearance. Sage leaves is often used in cooking, and you'll probably use more sage, around Thanksgiving and Christmas than you do throughout the rest of the year, but it's valued for its potential to soothe throat irritations and act as an expectorant. Horehound leaves, known for their bitter taste, horehound has been traditionally used to alleviate coughs and support respiratory function. Some great nervines for this time and for relieving and soothing stress are herbs like chamomile. Chamomile contains apigenin, a compound that binds to GABA receptors in the brain, promoting relaxation and reducing anxiety. That also happens when you use lemon balm. It's known for its calming effects and ability to improve your mood, and it contains rosmarinic acid, which increases GABA availability in the brain. Lavender, everybody knows lavender, and that lavender is good for reducing stress and improving mood and promoting restful sleep. You can have this in a tea format, or you can have a little bottle of lavender essential oil, and you can put it like on your pillow or on your towel, or just in a diffuser to help calm the mood overall. Passion flower is a wonderful one also because it helps increase GABA levels in the brain, which reduces stress and induces a calming effect. Valerian is also a great one, especially if someone's having a hard time sleeping or they're in physical pain. Valerian root interacts with GABA receptors, promoting a calming effect and reducing physical and mental tension. Another one that you've probably heard of is skullcap, and it's a gentle nervine that nourishes the nervous system and helps calm racing thoughts and ease mental exhaustion. Ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is like an herb everyone's talking about lately, and that's because it's an adaptogen with nervine properties. It can help regulate cortisol levels, improving the body's response to stress over time. Another one that's a hot topic that everyone's been talking about lately is holy basil or tulsi. It's an adaptogenic nervine that helps reduce stress hormones and supports emotional balance. Another herb is oats, and oats are rich in magnesium and calcium, which nourish the nervous system and reduce irritability. You can also eat oats in the form of oatmeal or oatmeal cookies, so oats can have multiple applications and uses. Another one is hops, and hops contains compounds that act on GABA receptors, promoting relaxation and better sleep. They're perfect for stress-related insomnia. So another two herbs that are on this list that are great are rose and St. John's wort. Rose and rose hips are gentle nervines that uplift the mood and soothe the heart during emotional distress. St. John's wort is known for its mood-lifting properties. St. John's wort is particularly helpful for stress and mild depression. It can also be used topically for soothing the skin. Nervines are effective because they interact with neurotransmitters like GABA or serotonin, modulating the stress response and nourishing the nervous system. Regular use can support long-term nervous system health, while some act quickly and calmly to work on reducing acute stress. Demulsants are another category worth mentioning. These substances soothe irritation and inflammation, particularly in the mucous membranes of the throat. Many herbs possess demulcent properties, making them excellent allies in promoting comfort and healing in the respiratory system. Incorporating these herbs into your daily routine not only adds culinary flair, but also offers exceptional support for your overall wellness. Each herb brings its unique qualities. Demulcent herbs are soothing agents that help protect or heal irritated, inflamed mucous membranes of the body. They're also used to treat conditions like sore throats, coughs, and gastrointestinal discomfort and urinary tract infections. Here are some commonly used demulcent herbs for fire. Marshmallow root soothes irritated mucous membranes in the throat, stomach, and intestines. Marshmallow root is a powerful demulcent herb, meaning it is rich in mucilage, a gel-like substance that soothes and protects irritated mucous membranes. This property makes it valuable in addressing a wide range of conditions, particularly those involving inflammation or irritation of the respiratory, digestive, and urinary systems. It is also excellent for use in sore throat, dry cough, bronchitis, laryngitis, and asthma. So it can be a really good choice for wildfire exposure. Slippery elm. Slippery elm helps with sore throat irritation, cough, acid reflux, and digestive discomfort. The herbalist Seven Song shared a great article about this herb and its usage in wildfire environments. Licorice root. It reduces inflammation in the throat and digestive tract and is also used in adrenal support. This sweet and aromatic herb is renowned for its natural sweetness and is often used to support respiratory health and to ease stomach discomfort. Plantain leaf. This is the herb, not the vegetable. It relieves dry, irritated sore throat and promotes healing of inflamed tissues. Aloe vera can be used internally to soothe gastrointestinal irritation, and externally it aids in skin healing. Mullein leaf. You rarely find a wildfire blend or of herbs that does not contain mullein leaf. So it soothes respiratory passages and alleviates dry hacking cough. It has a long-standing history of being used for lung conditions. Traditionally, it's been used to relieve symptoms linked to respiratory issues and facilitate the clearing of mucus from the airways. You also find it in almost every formula for fire exposure. It has a high amount of polysaccharides that can help soothe respiratory tracts irritated by wildfires and poor air quality. It boasts excellent expectorant properties for congestion. It aids in the removal of mucus from the lungs and relieves chest complaints like cough, congestion, and irritation. Further, this herb is naturally rich in antioxidants, including vitamin C and flavonoids. Other helpful herbs are linden. Known for its calming effect, linden leaves can be brewed into a fragrant tea to help reduce stress and promote relaxation. Hibiscus flower is also a helpful herb for these kind of environments. It has a tangy flavor and offers a tea rich in antioxidants, and it's beneficial for heart health. Cinnamon bark is often used because it is comforting and warming, and it has a little bit of a sweet hint that you can use in your formulas and your blends, and it's anti-inflammatory and it's good for blood sugar regulating properties. Herbal preparations that can aid in response and recovering during fire season, both internally and externally. So internal preparations would be like cold infusions, soothing teas, tinctures. You can add honey to your infusions to sweeten them. You can use tinctures, and tinctures are excellent for transportation and first aid situations. So you may want to add some to your wildfire go bag or your just go bag in general. During fire season, sipping on a warm tea can help you stay hydrated, and it can also help with you feeling calm. We know that sipping tea can help promote relaxation. So drinking tea can be very beneficial. It's easy to transport. You can usually put some tea bags or loose tea in your go bag. Most hotels and gas stations have hot water available to make tea with, so that can be something that's really important. So the following is a wildfire formula tea. I will share 2 recipes with you, and they're good at safeguarding your lungs and helping them heal. And they play a vital role in really helping to limit some of the environmental stress that your body is under. So the first wildfire tea recipe is 4 parts marshmallow root, 3 parts red clover, 2 parts mullein leaf, 1 part rose hips, 1 part robois, 1 part or half part bee balm, a half part lemon balm, and a half part fennel seed. You can mix the herbs into one blended, store in a glass jar in a cool, dark place like a cupboard. Now, a part is any unit of measurement. So a part can be teaspoons, tablespoons, cups, gallons, if you want to use gallon-sized containers, so it's definitely up to you how you want to do it. Another blend that's helpful is a soothing supportive tea, and this is 1 part mullein leaf, 1 part linden flower, half part hawthorn flower, 4th part lemon balm, and an 1/8 part passion flower. And of course, you can adjust the herbs to your taste and your like. Some great topical applications is many of these herbs you can also use as compresses. So compress is basically making a nice strong tea and allowing it to cool if you want a cold compress, or using it warm if you want a hot compress, and you dip a cloth into that and hold it over the affected area. Some popular compress herbs are calendula, plantain, and chickweed. You can use a neti pot to do a nasal rinse to help clear smoky accumulations from your nasal passages. Remember to use a neti pot safely and follow the instructions with the type of water that you should be putting into it. You can also purchase saline rinses. We have these around our house and in our go bag because they're just so easy and transportable in the little container. I also like to carry a small bottle of olive oil to nourish the skin around my nose and face when things are getting really dry. Bathing can be a relaxing and stress-relieving activity, and herbal baths can be wonderful. As we are seeing wildfires spread and break out like never before, we're seeing more and more tornadoes, hurricanes, and stronger floods. We need to make sure that we prepare to support ourselves and our loved ones. Make sure you upload family photos to the cloud or have copies made and place them at a relative's house for safekeeping. If you have prescriptions, take pictures of them. Know where your identification documents are and be able to grab them if you have the time. Make an evacuation plan with your family. We love you and we always want you to stay safe. Hey, just a reminder that this podcast and any podcast from Heart of Herbs Herbal School is for general informational purpose and does not constitute the practice of medicine, nursing, or any other professional healthcare service, including the giving of medical advice. And there is no doctor or patient relationship formed. Use this as it is intended to be information to spark your interest and encourage learning. Interested in learning more? Visit heartofherbs.com and enroll using coupon code podcast to save 20%. The content provided in this podcast is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. It's always recommended to consult a qualified healthcare professional before making any changes to your diet, lifestyle, or health regime, especially if you have an existing health condition. Any of the financial information and advice for starting or maintaining an herbal business is just that, information. It's not used to be a guideline on how you should run your business. Contact the appropriate professionals to help you to have a successful business.